Hello, Colonels. This is Mrs. Powers coming to you from Stevens City, Virginia. I'm recording this because I can't be there with you today. I apologize for that. We are moving my youngest daughter into her dorm room at JMU today. So I had to leave you with a substitute, but I did want to introduce myself to you and to go through some of our class stuff with you. So you should have somewhere nearby a copy of the slideshow that I would present to you if I was there. Oh no, sorry, I have cats, so we may get interrupted by some cats. Anyway, so you are either in nutrition and wellness or independent living. You may or may not have done the nameplate activity where you should have made some names. That is for me to get to know your names quicker. And so we will use those during class so that I can address you by name, because our names are very important to us. The first slide you see there should be my, that I would, if I was presenting, should say all about me, and you see a picture of my family in front of our church. That was a couple Easters ago. As far as my educational background, you see that I graduated from Shenandoah University way back in 1990. Yes, I know, that was eons ago. And then 20 years after that, I decided that I should get my master's degree, and so I did that. Right now, I'm waffling about getting a doctoral degree, and what I'm weighing is, is it worth the time that I will have my doctorate to actually use it, as opposed to the money I will have to spend in order to get it. But I am a continual learner. I do love learning, so I will be thinking about that probably for months to come even. All right, on to the next page, just some personal information about me. I got married in 1996. The picture on the top right is my husband. My husband is self-employed. He does carpentry and plumbing and electrical work. He works on cars. He works on like lawn mowers, weed eaters, chainsaw. He did a little bit of everything, so he's pretty handy to have around. And that's him in Lowe's or Home Depot, one or the other, because that's his favorite spot, and he loves to just pick up random things, looks at them, puts them back, picks up something else, looks at them, puts them back. It's just what he does. On the bottom right is the daughter that we are moving in tomorrow. That is Katria. She actually graduated last year from James Wood High School. That is a picture of her singing the national anthem for our state conference for FCCLA. She was our FCCLA president last year. And she was asked to sing the national anthem at state conference for all 4 years when she was at FCCLA here, because she likes to sing and she's pretty good at it. The picture on the bottom right is my oldest daughter, Amelia. You may have seen her around school because she's a special ed teacher at James Wood High School. This is her 3rd year teaching. She teaches in the Learning Center, so she's not as around as maybe some of the other teachers, but you may have seen her, and I'm sure eventually she'll pop into my room and you will get a chance to meet her up front. All right, and the top right-hand slide, if I had $1 million, you see some pictures of some animals, and that's because, here's one of my cats, if I could, I'd probably need $2 or $3 or $10 million to do this, but I would like to have an animal sanctuary because I love animals, obviously. Which leads me to the next slides, my pets. Right now, I guess it should read my cats, because right now that's all I have. But I have had dogs, I've had birds, I've had rats, I've had mice, I've had hamsters. Did I say birds? I can't remember. But I love all animals. We get lots of wildlife here at my house too, and I just love to watch them. But our newest addition is on the bottom right-hand corner. That's Thumper with his mom, Iggy. I have about 12 or 13 cats right now. There have been times when I've had as many as 30. So yes, I guess I am that proverbial cat lady, I guess. Oh. All right, the next slide is kind of the things that you need to know about our classroom. Chromebooks, we're going to use them every day, okay? So you need to bring them charged, ready to go. Especially in the morning, there's no excuse for them not being charged. If you can, have your phone charged, do it at the same time. So it just becomes a habit. You charge your phone, you charge your Chromebook. I don't assign seats in my classroom unless I find, because of behaviors, that I need to do otherwise. I have not had to do that very often. I did do it last year to 2 of my classes. So let's make this year the year that I don't have to do any. If you need to go to guidance, the nurse, administration, anywhere other than the bathroom, you will need to have a white pass. And you will also have to use eHall Pass. I'll talk about that in another second. On your tables, which you may have already discovered, that you have most of the supplies that you will need to do the things that we do in class. Help yourself at any time to those materials. I would ask that you don't trade from bin to bin, so that we don't get the materials mixed up, because then not every bin has the same stuff. But if you look over in the back of the room, I have a table of other stuff which has extra stuff. So if you need another green marker, it's up on that supply table, along with hole punchers and a stapler, tape, paper clips, eraser tops. I don't know what else is up there. I can't remember. I think there's some sticky notes up there, whiteout. So again, that's for you, so you can help yourself anytime to those supplies when you need them. Of course, I expect you to be respectful with them, like when you put things away, please put the caps back on, twist the glue tops back on, all that kind of stuff, okay? You know how to do that. Okay. And more. Bathrooms. Okay, so new this year. Most of you are freshmen, so it won't be new to you, but it's new for the rest of us. We have color-coded our schools, and we are in the yellow or gold section of the building. So when you need to use the bathroom, you need to use the yellow bathrooms, and I have yellow passes that you must use. If you try to go to a pink bathroom with the yellow pass, they will tell you to turn around and go back to the yellow bathroom, because that's where you are designated to go. We will be using eHall Pass, and I think all of you are already familiar with that from your middle school days, or if you were here at Jameswood last year, from last year. We'll still do that. Now, last year we had 15 minutes to be out of the classroom. This year you only have 8, okay? Because there was really no need for you to be out for a full 15 minutes. Let's see, one person at a time to go. Again, the white passes are to go anywhere else but the bathrooms. All right, as far as labs, this is a lab class, although not as much as my nutrition and wellness classes, but there is a point where we'll have at least an entire quarter of being in our food labs. So there is a $20 fee for that. I don't know if you've been to the grocery store or paid money recently for groceries. Your parents certainly have, and prices are astronomical. So we need a little help in order to get you those experiences here at school. So for independent living, that will be $20 is your classroom fee. If you are in nutrition and wellness, that fee is $25 because you do a whole lot more cooking. You can pay that on school bucks if you haven't already. You can pay Mrs. Eaton upstairs with cash or check. She's up in the office. She's our bookkeeper. Or you can give the money directly to me as well. But we really do need those class fees. So if you haven't done that, if you could get that in as soon as possible, that would be appreciated. Labs are an essential part of the class. So if you are expected to participate, and so if you come to school and you say, oh, Mrs. Powers, I got a sore throat, so I probably shouldn't go in the lab today. Can I just stay here and do some other work? The answer is going to be no. If you're well enough to come to school, then you're well enough to be in the food lab. So just understand that from the get-go. All right, technology. All right, guys. So there's a new sheriff in town at James Wood, and I love her. We're actually going to follow some of the policies that we should have been following all along. We've been really lax about that. And so the big one this year, and honestly, you can't blame me. You can't blame Mrs. Andrews, our administration. You can't even blame our school board people, because this order actually came from Governor Youngkin for the entire state of Virginia. Okay? And if you want to complain to somebody, Google him, and I'm sure an email address will come up, and you can email him to voice your concerns with this policy. But from bell to bell, you may not have your phone out. It can't be on the table, can't be under your lap, can't be on top of your lap. It's got to be out of sight. You may not have it. It doesn't matter if your mom's calling. Doesn't matter if you need to look at your schedule. Doesn't matter if your work is calling. You may not have it. So the board, hopefully that you will see every morning, will have a little notification up there saying, okay, it's time to put away those things. So by the time the bell rings, it's away and we're ready to start class. Otherwise, the rules are, and that's your warning, that's your only warning. If it comes out after that, then it becomes mine. If there's a second incident, then it goes up to the office. If there is a third time, then it goes to the office and your parent has to pick it up. Okay? My classes yesterday, except for with one exception, were very good and followed that policy, and class was wonderful. So I really appreciated that. I don't want to make a big deal of this and have to argue about this, but it's what we have to do, and I'm going to do it. So I just want to forewarn you of that. Hopefully your other teachers have already forewarned you of that. And as far as phones, it's not only your phone, but like earbuds, headphones, if you have an iPad, or if you bring a personal computer to school, it includes all of that, okay? Again, we're going to use our Chromebooks every time we meet. So the only exception to that is going to be maybe on lab days when time is at a premium. Bring your charging cord, because I don't know about your Chromebooks, but mine's getting kind of old and it doesn't hold the charge as well. So there's no excuse for not having it charged first thing in the morning. But in the afternoon, you might lose charge. So you need to bring your charge cord, because teachers really don't have those to give out for you to do that. So you should always have your Chromebook and your charge cord, because you want to keep your Chromebook charged. Having a dead computer or leaving it somewhere, like with Aunt Martha, because you spent the weekend with her, that is not an excuse. You need to have your Chromebook, okay? All right. The next slide says dress code, and it gives you a link, which I wasn't showing. But again, we are going to follow Frederick County School policies. So again, I was very pleased that no one came into my classroom yesterday wearing a hat. So yay. Hopefully that is the case today. Girls, I hate to pick on you, but crop tops seem to be a big thing. And guess what? You can't wear those to school. You need to cover up, okay? You just do. And I will call you out, because that's my job. So please dress appropriately for school. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot to finish the labs. Go back up to the labs for a minute. Passing the safety and sanitation test. Every year, even if you took it last year, you have to take it again, okay? That's a Virginia Department of Education rule. It is also a rule that you have to pass it with 100%. Now, while that sounds intimidating, I have never had a student not be able to participate in labs because of not passing the safety and sanitation test. We will get you there, and it won't be hard, I promise. I really promise. Oh shoot, there was something else I was going to say and I forgot what it was. But anyway, don't panic. What reminded me was the dress code, because there's going to be a different dress code for labs. And when we get into our safety and sanitation unit, we'll talk more about that. Okay. So I think enough said about that. All right, next page, I think the last page, is about Google Classroom. I know you may not have your Chromebooks yet, so we're going to wait until probably not next class, because we're going to have a special day next class, but the following class will get you into Google Classroom, and the class syllabus will be posted in there for you. This is where you're going to find most of your assignments. Okay, we'll be in Google Classroom. We're in the age of technology. It's just the way it is. If you are absent, you are still responsible for getting that work done, because more than likely it's going to be posted in Google Classroom. So if you come in a couple weeks after an assignment was due and you say, well, Mrs. Powers, I wasn't there that day. Okay. It was in Google Classroom, and that is your responsibility. My responsibility is to enter the grades. Your responsibility is to earn them. So that means doing your work, getting it in on time, okay? You need to check Google Classroom every day. I know we only have class every other day, but you need to check it every day, because there may be special announcements on there. Like sometimes we'll throw in an extra lab as a surprise if something happens, or I may have to reschedule a lab because, I don't know, we have a snow day or something. And so you will need to know about that so you can, not have to worry about dressing for lab, or worry about dressing for lab because I've thrown one in. And that is part of your grade, is dressing appropriately. So make sure you're checking that every day. So for announcements, for assignments, okay, and especially for assignments, if you have questions, you can ask me, and if you need help, need to clear something up, I can help you with that instead of waiting till the last minute and trying to do it and not understanding it. All right, emergency procedures in case of fire. We will go down, if you leave my classroom, you will go right down the hallway, and then you will take a left, and you will go past the double doors that are in the hallway. So past the library, keep going past the double doors, and right after the double doors, there's a hallway that goes down, the art hallway, and that's where we evacuate. Okay, so if it's a fire or some kind of evacuation, that's where we will go. I will designate someone in our classroom to lead the way out, because I will be the last one in the classroom to make sure everybody else is already out. Okay. I don't know if they call them lockdowns anymore. I know we have something called a hold. A hold in classroom simply means that we just stay where we are, we continue with class, doing what we're doing, but no one will be allowed to leave the classroom. If we have a lockdown, that means I have to lock the classroom door, we have to turn off the lights, and we have to situate ourselves around the room and be totally quiet. If we have a weather event, which in this case it's usually a tornado, again, we'll just sit around the cabinets in the classroom, we stay in our classroom. Fortunately, at least right now, we don't have windows to worry about blowing in, and we're on the a more interior side of the building, so that should keep us fairly safe. Now, I will, after having said all this about the emergency procedures, that sometime in November, they have told us we should be moving to our new classes, and they will have windows, and we'll have all these emergency procedures will change because we'll be in a new part of the building, different part of the building. So just be prepared for that. I kind of doubt that we're going to move there on time, but probably sometime during the year we will be moving, just to let you know. Alrighty. if you have questions, concerns, you're going to have to save them till the next time I am here or there. I'm not sure how to say that when I'm making a video. Oh, I didn't talk about grading. I forgot to make a slide about grading. I have two kinds of grades, test grades and classwork grades. Your test grades are going to be labs. Labs are always test grades. And then you would think tests, but I think by and large, I'm not going to blanket statement this, but I think that the only test I give is the safety and sanitation test because it's required. I'm not real big on tests. I would rather do projects where you can put into action the things that you are learning. So lots of times when we have projects in class, that will be a test grade. And then any other things that we do in class will be classwork. I don't grade everything, and I'm not telling you what I'm grading because I have learned through experience that if I tell you I'm not grading something, you won't do it. And I believe that if I give you something to do, there's value to it. So I want you to do it. So if you ask me, is this graded? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to say maybe, could be, quite possibly. But I won't tell you outright because I just don't want you to know. So do your work. Oh, and it is weighted, so the test grades are going to be like 55% of your grade, and the classwork's going to be 45% of your grade. Not a whole lot of difference, but I will say that labs have saved a lot of people's grades because labs are always test grades, and we do a few of them, especially nutrition and wellness people. Okay? All right. I hope you are having a good day. I hope you are finding your way around James Wood High School. I know it's new and different. I don't know my way around still. I'm still learning. It's like a completely different building, and especially now they've blocked off hallways. It's like one of those trick mazes where they keep moving walls. But I hope things are going well for you. I can't wait to get back to meet you all. And again, I apologize for not being there because I really hate missing the first day of classes with my students. Obviously not something I would ordinarily do, but special day, got to do it. Next class period, we are going to have an FCCLA day. That's going to be a little out of the ordinary too, but it's to teach you about FCCLA, what it is, what we do, and that's part of our competencies that we have to cover as a student organization. So that'll be next time, but that'll be fun. We'll do some activities. We always eat food. So that should hopefully be a good time for you. All right. The last thing that you should have today is the paper that says, "Who are you?" And again, this, I love reading these things. This helps to get me to know you, a little bit about you. I've already shared some things about me. And I want to know about you. So please fill it in honestly. Oh, and this is your first grade for the year too. When you are finished with this, if you are in period 2, your papers are going to go in the blue folder along the long back shelf. You'll see the other rainbow of colors back there. Your class is blue. Your name tags or name plates that you made should be blue. So that's where you put those when you're finished with them. If you have extra time, and you may have, since I'm not there to jabber at you some more and ask questions, there's some coloring pages sitting in back. Certainly you are, I have those for my scope class, but certainly if you have extra time, you may make use of those. There's some games if you happen to have a lot of time. You can feel free to get out. But you can't get out your phones. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Okay, so get those papers done. Be honest, can't wait to read them. And I will see you all on Tuesday. Have a great day. Bye.